This was really it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, so I mean, the same sentiment for you for Wendy Williams?
Wendy. So, what do I feel about Wendy? It's a lot to say here, right? Okay, it's a lot. So let me start with the movie. What did I feel about the movie? The movie itself, okay. What irritated me about the movie is that, and I would say the documentary too, is that I feel that it focused too much on her love life. I wanted to see more of Wendy, the radio host, Wendy, the career professional, Wendy. Like, don't give me I was doing this and then I fell in love and then this happened. Like, I don't care. Like, that has nothing to do with your career. Like, it does, but it doesn't. And I don't know. I don't know.
I see what you're saying, but I think on the flip side of that, had this been more focused on her career and the ups and downs of that, then people probably would have been tuned in or as, enthralled in it, because why, we want to know what happened with Kevin and this baby. That's what people want to know. I mean, that's the latest drama of her life. I do agree with you that it should have been a little bit more focus on her and her achievements as Wendy Williams herself. I mean, because it was just like she was a little kid, and then all of a sudden she was at the radio station, and we like, whoa, girl, how did we get this? How did we get here? I felt like the
Right.
movie, it moved so quickly. It felt like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it really did. I agree. And so to piggyback off what you said, the thing is, I follow the blogs and bscott.com and Tasha K and Storm Monroe and, all of my juicy, gossip stuff that I get into. So I knew all about the baby and Kevin and all that other back stuff. Like, I don't care. I want to know about your career as a woman. Like, let me know about you, Wendy. Like, and the reason why I'm saying that is because me, as I only knew Wendy as Wendy, the television host. We didn't get Wendy, the radio person in DC, in the Maryland, DC, Virginia area. So I missed the whole radio era, like the Whitney Houston interview and Mariah Carey and Total. Like, I heard about that like over the years as people drummed up some of the drama that happened, but I missed all that stuff. I would have loved to have seen more of that. I guess just my perspective.
Yeah, no, that would have definitely been good to see. So two things for that. I think one, um I think maybe the celebrities like Total and Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, probably they couldn't go too much into depth with that, because then you possibly are like defamation of character, because then even though they could have played the audio straight and then it wouldn't have been a big deal, but maybe they didn't want to step on any toes. And I think because Wendy Williams have upset and angered so many celebrities, maybe it would have been overwhelming to highlight all of those. But it would have been a good idea to highlight the big ones, like you say, Whitney Houston, or to go more in depth into what she said about Total. I felt like that was probably the most in depth they went into, because they had them like Kima, Keisha, and Pam show up show up to the radio station. And then two, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so yeah, I just think that is it a stream or a skip? I would say it depends on what you're looking for, right?
I would say it was a skip. There was nothing revealed in this movie that we did not already know.
No, it wasn't. Yeah.
Nothing shown to us that we didn't already know. Like you said, we could have learned more about Wendy herself. Um, even learned a little bit more about her personality.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the actress who played her.
Yeah, me too. She was a little kooky. I liked it. It was a little, yeah, yeah. She wasn't bad.
But I'm gonna be straight up, skip that. I mean, it was nothing. It was nothing. It was underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, it just, yeah, yeah, I agree. Skip.
It was underwhelming. I mean, it's true. At least give us a little bit more dirt about the affair.
Yeah, I think she's missing, or there's a lot of information that's not being told on that. Only because you're not going to sit here and tell me your husband had a 15-year or 12-year affair and you had no idea, and you go.
Because you were so focused on your career, but girl, we didn't see it in the movie.
Right? Like, really? I mean, and like, we know that you don't go outside of your house. Like, so what else are you doing? Like, you should be keeping tabs on your man. So if you're not working, I don't know. It didn't seem right. Something didn't add up.
Why she out talking? That's why I'm like, Wendy is very selective of what she wants to say. I feel like some people say, oh, she keep it real. She keep it real.
No.
When it comes to her personal life, I don't think she keeps it as real, because you want to blast Rakim. Was it Rakim or Eric B that she had the baby by?
Eric B.
Yeah, you want to blast Eric B, or even put out before this on the interview, how you had your one night stand with Method Man. Girl, tell us the real tea. Because like you said, there's no way your husband had over a 10-year affair with someone, the same someone, and you claim you didn't know.
Yeah, that doesn't add up. It just doesn't make sense.
Said she knew, but she said that he told her it was over, and she believed. I don't know. I felt like the documentary was better than the movie, because it was just refreshing to see her, in her raw emotions and her feelings, and you can tell she's still very hurt about it all. And I didn't realize she was as sensitive as she was, which is surprising to me, because someone who is talks so much crap about other people, you would think that they would have they wouldn't be as sensitive. Is that wrong to say? I was just surprised by the amount of emotion that she was displaying about everything, which leads me to believe that there could have been more talked about in this film about her personality, about her drug habit. We glossed over that drug habit.
Yeah.
I would have liked to know how she got there. What, no.
Yeah, quite interesting. Like, now that you mentioned that, like, where were you scoring your drugs from? Who was, or, I don't know. It's a lot. There's a lot to be said about that. That's like I said, like, she could have focused more on her career and, like, exactly who she was as a woman. Maybe we would feel a little bit more empathy for her and, like, a little bit more, like, who she is, the essence of her, what makes her tick, and, whatever. I don't know.
Now, I will say this. I felt like the documentary did a little bit more to evoke empathy from the audience, particularly for people who may not be a fan of hers and see her as a villain. But the film did not do that.
Agreed. Yeah.
And I would say this too. I felt like the film did not make Kevin be as bad as they were portraying him in the documentary. Like, you did not, according to the folks in the documentary, they were saying, like, Kevin was really controlling in the boardrooms and behind the scenes, and kind of, like, Suge Knighting the place up. But that was not shown in the movie.
No, it wasn't. Not at all. Mm-mm.
And let me tell you my last thing about this film. That Charlemagne that was played in the film, honey, they could have left him at the back door.
They really could have. I thought that you know what? I thought that little minion guy with the bag of Doritos was Charlemagne. I really did. I thought in the radio station, I thought that was him.
I said, oh, if I was Charlemagne, I would be pissed off.
Yeah, she did a bloop and thank you next.
Girl, not only was it a thank you next, but it also was a, Who is that?
It really was. She really carried that situation.
So how did you feel about the documentary though?
I thought the documentary was good. I thought it was better than the movie. Definitely. I prefer the documentary over the movie for sure. I love the fact that we got to see Wendy in her raw emotion and kind of a little bit more deeper inside of what's going on. I love the fact that her mother was in the documentary. So that was beautiful that she was able to, actually record her mother and father together before her mother's passing recently. So I thought that was really nice and sweet. Yeah, I thought I thought it was better. I can't honestly remember a lot of it, to be honest with you. I watched it earlier in the week and it was kind of forgettable. I hate to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I would say this. If you're interested in learning more about Wendy Williams, watch the documentary and not the film.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, watch the documentary. I think you'll get a better sense of, yeah.
So we're skipping salt and pepper. We skipping salt and pepper. We skipping Wendy Williams, but we are streaming the documentary.